My name is Emilia. I am 24 years old. I have a husband. His name is Dennis. He is 26 years old. I married young at 20, and now I know it was a mistake. The first 3 years with Dennis felt like a fairy tale. We laughed, cooked dinner together, and talked about our dreams every night. But soon, everything changed. Dennis got a new job at a big company. He worked late every day, even on weekends. When he came home, he was too tired to talk. He stopped looking at me. He stopped being my husband. He became just a man who lived in my house. I felt so alone. 3 weeks ago, I woke up to loud noises outside. Moving trucks were on the street. Someone was moving into the empty house next door. I made coffee and looked out the window. Men were carrying boxes and furniture. Then I saw him. I froze. It was Roger, my ex-boyfriend. My heart beat fast. Of all the houses in our town, he chose the one next to mine. I couldn't believe it. I stepped away from the window and sat down. My hands were shaking. Roger was my first love. We dated for 2 years before I met Dennis. We were so happy together. We planned our future, but then Roger got a job in another city. He wanted me to move with him. I was too scared to leave my family and my town. We had a terrible fight and broke up. I cried for weeks. 6 months later, I met Dennis. He was quiet and serious, but he made me feel safe. We got married quickly. I stopped thinking about Roger. He was my past, and now he was back living right next door. That morning, Dennis came into the kitchen. He was looking at his phone, not at me. I told him someone was moving in next door. He just said okay and left for work without saying goodbye. That afternoon, I was in my garden watering flowers. I heard a voice call my name. Roger was standing at the fence between our gardens. He looked surprised to see me. I told him I lived here with my husband. He said he was married too. His wife was out of city and would come next week. We talked for a moment. It felt strange. 2 people with so much history. Now, just neighbors talking over a fence. The next few days were difficult. I saw Roger every day in his garden. We waved at each other. Dennis didn't notice anything. One evening, I was taking out the trash. Roger was outside. He asked me if I was happy. The question shocked me. I said I was fine, but my voice was shaking. Roger looked at me with sad eyes and said I didn't look happy. Then he said if I ever needed to talk, he was there. We were friends once. We could be friends again. That night I couldn't sleep. I thought about his question. Was I happy? No. My marriage felt empty. Dennis and I were like strangers. And Roger was back in my life. The man I once loved. The man who still seemed to care about me. A week later, Dennis left for a work trip. He would be gone for 3 days. He didn't kiss me goodbye. He just walked out the door with his suitcase. I spent the first day alone, cleaning the house and trying not to think too much. The second day was harder. The silence in the house felt heavy. I saw Roger working in his garden. His wife had gone to visit her parents for a few days. We were both alone. That evening, I baked a pineapple cake. I made too much. I stood in my kitchen looking at the extra cake on the counter. Roger loved pineapple cake. I remembered how happy he was whenever I made it for him years ago. I shouldn't bring it to him. I knew that. But I felt so lonely. And it was just cake. So I picked up the plate and walked to his door before I could change my mind. I knocked. Roger opened the door. He was surprised to see me. I held out the plate. I told him I made extra pineapple cake and remembered he liked it. His face changed. His eyes got soft. Roger said he couldn't believe I remembered. He invited me inside. I should have said no. I should have given him the cake and left. But I walked into his house. We sat in his kitchen. He cut 2 pieces of cake. We ate in silence at first. Then we started talking about old memories. He talked about the time we went to the beach and got caught in the rain. I talked about the restaurant where we had our first date. Roger was sitting close to me. He looked at me the way Dennis used to look at me years ago, like I was important, like I mattered. Roger said my name softly. He said he never stopped thinking about me. He said leaving me was his biggest mistake. My heart stopped. Part of me wanted to hear those words. Part of me had waited years to hear them. But then reality hit me. What was I doing? I was married. I was sitting in my ex-boyfriend's kitchen while my husband was away. This was wrong. This was so wrong. I stood up quickly. The chair made a loud noise on the floor. I said I had to go. Roger stood up too. He said my name again. He reached for my hand. I pulled away. I said I was sorry. I shouldn't have come. This was a mistake. I ran out of his house. What almost happened? What was I thinking? I went to my bedroom and cried. I cried for my broken marriage. I cried for the girl I used to be. I cried for all my mistakes. When Dennis came home 2 days later, I told him everything. Dennis was quiet for a long time. Then he started crying too. Dennis said he was sorry. He said he pushed me away. He said he forgot how to be my husband. We decided to fix our marriage. We started going to counseling. It's still hard. Some days I am not sure we'll make it, but we are trying. Roger's wife came back. I see them sometimes in their garden. I wave politely and stay away. That chapter of my life is closed. I made mistakes. I almost made a bigger one. But I am learning that love isn't a fairy tale. It's a choice you make every day. I chose my marriage. I chose to fight for it. I don't know if my story will have a happy ending, but it's my story and I am still writing it. If you liked this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.